Welcome to Full Sail on Air. My name's Dave Franco. I'm the Vice President of Academic Affairs. So glad to be here with you this afternoon for our annual Halloween behind the scenes, scare 'em up, have fun, get ready to do this, right? And I'm here with a great group of people. My co-host, Kim Carla. Can you tell us who we're here with?
Yes, today we're here with Cesar Castano.
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Recent graduate of Full Sail, and Azan Billings, who is currently going to Full Sail right now.
Yes.
Great, glad you guys are here. Tell us what we're going to be doing today, Kim.
Okay, well today we have the whole costume today. We're doing from hair all the way down to feet. So, well, maybe not feet, but anyways, we're gonna do the whole thing. So Azan is very big into cosplay and crafting things and making things. What do you call that?
Costume design.
Costume design, creation, very cool stuff. And Cesar is going to be gluing on prosthetics and makeup, doing all this makeup stuff to do a scary monster guy. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to be using prosthetics this year that we did buy. They cost probably total around $130 we spent this year for this.
Yeah, for the whole face, teeth, contacts, nails, pretty much everything that the actor is wearing. It was like around $130.
Yes, and so we've already actually started this process because we only have an hour to do this. So we've put him in a ball cap. The prosthetics have been painted, and the teeth have been done.
Whoa.
So, and the eyes are in. So we are almost, we're just going to be doing prosthetics and makeup mainly at this point.
Well, Kim, I'm going to give you some space
Awesome.
up here
Awesome.
on that.
Thank you, guys.
We've got a lot of question and answering, too, at any time. Our friends and our Full Sail brethren from across the globe are with us tonight online, so please continue asking questions. This is always kind of a really special session we have. I was just telling Kim, usually this is one of our most watched sessions that's archived in the back. So we're excited to learn, and on with the show.
Thank
Get
you,
out of your way.
Dave. Thank you so
guys.
much. All right, well, what are we going to do first, guys?
Well, first, so the process goes to clean the face, right? Taking all the oils, all the dirt from your face. But now we already skip up that because we already did it.
If anybody has any bald cap questions, I'd love to answer those if you'd like to know more about how we did the bald cap.
And if you guys want to know how to apply a bald cap, actually Kim has a tutorial in Full Sail page on YouTube.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm doing is putting a little bit of petroleum jelly or Vaseline in his eyebrows.
So the glue doesn't stick to his hair.
We want all his eyebrows.
The glue that we're going to be using today is called Prosthetic, and it was actually specifically designed in a hospital laboratory. It was created to glue on people's fake limbs, so they're prosthetic. So it's actually a very, very strong glue. It's waterproof, and it can last 16 to 24 hours if you need it to.
Kim, where can we purchase that?
We can purchase that at... well, my standard reply is Alcone. We buy all our supplies from Alcone. But around here, there's a few different places, some local places. Ritzy Rags. What else, guys? Embellish.
Oh, there is a store not far from here. It's an actual, it's named...
Effects.
Vamps Effects, I think.
Vamps Effects. Oh, it's a school.
It's a school and a store as well. So they offer makeup programs over there, but they have their own store. And basically, this is where I bought the most of our prosthetics today.
And that is at the Florida Mall? At the mall?
No, it's
Over by there?
it's literally like 30 minutes from here.
Okay, I don't know.
For our online students, do you recommend using
There's
online?
like three, they can order prosthetics. There's so many places to order from, but the three main stores would be Elkhorn on the East Coast and Friends and Namies on the West Coast. I support my local suppliers and whatever you might have local in your city because
There's also Amazon.
Kim,
Amazon.
can you hold this for me?
Sure, of
for a
course.
second? So basically what we're doing is putting the prosthetic on the actor or model, but we need to see where we're going to apply the glue. So we're gonna put a little bit of the powder in the edges to see where the prosthetic stops.
Hey, that's a great little trick, Caesar.
Yeah. It's a little
I like
trick
that.
that you guys can use. So you can,
Now you know where you have to put the glue,
so
where the thing's gonna go. Okay.
so we can save a little bit of product, because if you're gonna put all the face with Prosthetic, you're gonna run out of Prosthetic soon.
Also, it probably wouldn't feel good to have it all over your face like that. What are you doing, Zan?
Right now, I am creating the.
Who have very thick, longer hair, what would be some advice you can give them when they're wearing a bald cap?
First, I would say just say no. A little bit of panicking in there. There's different things you can do with long hair. Whatever you put up under the ball cap is gonna show. So, and you can't use any like bobby pins or hairpins underneath the ball cap because it can break through that. And if this bald cap breaks, like our whole makeup is basically ruined. Hi Jeff. We'll have to start over. So, I forgot what I was talking about.
The what?
Oh, you were talking about thick hair underneath ball cap.
Thank you. So one thing that you can do is run the hair out and leave it open in the back so that the like a ponytail, long ponytail or something can come through. That way this all can be flat. Maybe disguise the back with something. And Superman, it was a big towel. So, you know, there's different ways to disguise those kinds of things. Sometimes you maybe have to do the front and the back, film it separately, so the front looks perfect in some shots and then the back looks perfect in other shots. If you need to have that back shot of it. But usually the back part of the ball cap is what's going to look the worst and the most fake, like a ball cap.
There's also like cornrowing and like braiding and things like that. You can pay someone if you don't know how to do it yourself. You can actually go to salons and they can braid your hair down, depending on how thick it is. You still will, of course, be able to see like the braid underneath.
That's the problem with the braids and the cornrows.
Yeah.
They will all read through this. So just depending on what you need the ball cap for. If you need a smooth look, just comb it back.
Yeah.
But if you can get away with it being bumpy, then you can do the cornrows or braiding. Do you want me to help you with that, Caesar?
I think I'm fine. I'm just literally putting. So another trick that I use for applying prosthetics is we're just putting the glue in certain parts where the prosthetic is heavy. So for example, the nose, we're gonna put more Prosthetic. The forehead, so the whole
Because
the whole
that holds
prosthetic,
it. That
it will
makes
hold it.
sense.
Mm-hmm. And then we can concentrate in the edges later on. But Prosthetic will work better if you put the product in both of the sizes. So you let it dry, and then as soon as you stick that up, that's it.
Makes like a glue sandwich. Yeah.
Yes.
And as you can see, the Prosthetic, when it goes on, is white, but it'll turn clear when it's dry. You don't want to put the appliance on when it's still wet, still white, because then it will never actually dry, and it will always stay a little bit loose under there. So you want to make sure it's really dry.
Just want to make sure like.
All right, so Azan is making this styrofoam skull look much scarier by spraying painting it black, and it's working. I'm more scared already.
You feel?
Yeah. Azan's got some great tools over here. Got some plastic wrap, moldable plastic. This stuff is great. That is what Caesar used to help put in his teeth. Is that right? So it's like this moldable plastic. You heat it up, and then you can shape it into the teeth. You stick it in your mouth, and then it's to the shape of your teeth. So, and you can get this at any craft store. So this moldable plastic is really great. You could even shape vampire fangs on yourself. There's a million things. If you're into cosplay, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this crafty stuff. A lot. And you're gonna make what, an eyeball with it later?
Yes.
She's gonna make an eyeball with it. It's very exciting.
So
Need a hat.
this is the moment of truth. Let's hope
There's not a lot of wiggle room. This kind of has to go lay down right in place because once it gets in that glue, it sticks,
Yeah.
which is what it's supposed to do. So you want to put it on as close as possible as you can.
So that's why we have the guy land
Do you want me
with
to
the...
blow dry that real quick?
Yeah, meanwhile, a little bit. This one is dry already.
Let's use this noise.
We just need the nose.
Is there a particular setting with the hair dryer that we're looking at too when we're drying that, just not to melt things as well?
Yeah.
So
or
we
burn the
want to
client?
set it up in cold, because if we put it in warm, we actually are melting. And
Hurting. There's a human under there.
so can you take it
Yeah.
there? So let's put the nose in there.
So yeah, so once this makes contact, it's stuck.
That's basically it. So we need
That's
to
it,
be
buddy.
really careful with the prosthetic. And the prosthetic that we use today, it's a foam latex prosthetic. It's one of the most common prosthetics used in film or television because it's cheap and it has a realistic look.
It's also very lightweight.
And as well, whenever you had it in your face, you can move your face and all the prosthetic is gonna move with you as well. So once it's in, we make sure the actor can move his face. So we can tell him, can you move and do a little expressions? Oh, okay, cool. And then we just go for the edges. This is a fun part too.
So this is gluing the edges down. And then after, what do you do, Caesar, to blend the edges in to make them look like it's actual part of the face?
So, the edges of the prosthetic are super thin, so we need to be careful not to fold them. And they're so thin that once you put the Pros 8 on top, they just lay down in their face. But as we said, the prosthetic, it was already pre-painted, but the process to paint the prosthetics are a little bit different. It depends on the material that the prosthetic is made. So foam latex is a little tricky because basically it's just a sponge. And if you put directly the makeup in the prosthetic, it will start sucking everything up. So we need to block all of those pores with something is called PAX, which is Pros 8. It's half Pros 8 and half acrylic paint.
So when Caesar first started this, he painted the whole thing red with the
Red.
Pax paint.
Yeah.
And so that gave it that nice undertone. And then he did the other colors over the top.
Yes. So why we put red on the bottom is because we have blood under our body. So basically, we are building the body from scratch. So after the red, we can put purple tones, a little bit of blue, so we can just fake that there is actual blood running under this skin.
Yeah, I think you faked it very well.
Thank you.
Quick
if we w-
question
yeah.
about just the paint for the prosthetic, Caesar. Do
Yes.
you prefer to paint a majority of that off the talent, or do you like to put it on the talent and start building the paint?
Well, it depends on the makeup artist, to be honest, because we did it this way to save time. Again, we have an hour to do all of this crazy makeup. In film or in television, this will take probably 5 up to 6 hours.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to say that. If we were doing this for a film, we would probably take at least 5 to 6 hours, yes.
Right here, we just took a lot of the steps. We skipped them all.
We skipped them.
And also, like, we will spend more time in the detail parts, like doing the pores and everything, because if he has a close-up with a camera, we want to make it look realistic. Could you do me a favor? Can you hold this right here? Beautiful.
Also, the ball cap we have on him is a very nice, expensive handmade ball cap. But they do sell like witchy ball caps at some of these Halloween stores and stuff that you could use also. It doesn't need to be such a good one underneath this. We're just going to put a wig on it after.
But yeah, so, and also after you block the pores, I like to paint my prosthetics with alcohol paint because they will stay in the prosthetic and they last more than the other type of paint.
Can you say what kind of paint that was again, Caesar?
They're alcohol paint.
Alcohol.
They're just alcohol activated. Like if you see the paints are not coming off, you need to put actually 99.9% alcohol to activate them. And they have like a translucent effect, so it gives more realistic tones.
Yeah, you can do that kind of makeup in layers, so you can build it up to be hardly seen or pretty bold. And they are, alcohol paints are really great. Yeah, they don't come off with water, so you could stand in the rain with the alcohol paint on your face and it wouldn't budge. So it's a great thing for Florida. Although I'm not a big fan of using a lot of alcohol paint on people's faces, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah. Because the removal part is what it will take the most.
Then when the talent is animating on there, do you worry about it? It sounds like this specific paint that you're using and there really helps to not hurt the painting process on that prosthetic when they're animating and moving back and forth. Obviously, you would think, you know, how when different types of paint, sometimes, you know, you see little kids when they put paint on their skin or they'll put paint on a mask or a prosthetic. Half the night they sweat it off. It just completely falls off.
Yeah.
Of that.
Alcohol makeup would not fall off.
This will never fall off.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have 99.9 alcohol at home, you will have that paint in your nails and your fingers for a long time.
Yeah, far.
It's a really good paint. And that's what we use to paint the teeth to make them more realistic and stuff. But yeah, those are great. And they come in actual colors that we kind of need. So for example, this one is called the Grudge. It's like more earthy tones. And there is the basic one that comes with all the colors. And they come with blood tones and some yellows and stuff to just create. So for example, for this prosthetic, I used this one. And it's just yellows and browns and reds. And it's layers and layers and layers of thin layers. So it's a process to do that. But yeah.
And I'm making a necklace out of fingernails. Yes, I am. So this is going to be a necklace for Alex. And Azan, do you want to tell them how you made these nails?
Sure. All the products you can possibly get to make fingernail necklaces can be found at Walmart or any of your local Michaels or anything like that. You simply just buy, like, it doesn't have to be this big, but a pack of nails. You take where did I put it? Bead rimmer, and you stab through the actual nails themselves.
What is it?
A bead rimmer. It's like something that to make the holes inside beads bigger. You'll find it in like a beading aisle, but they're great for like anything. It's like a round sander almost. And then you simply just stab it through the nail, and then you can I use alcohol-based markers just because I like the colors as well as it dries faster, but you can use a basic Sharpie marker, and you simply just stick it, you color them and stick them on. But of course, no fingernail necklace would be great without having actual fingers. So what we did was you can simply go on Amazon and purchase, or get something like clay, or I like to use foam clay because it's a lot lighter, but you can use regular clay you can get from Walmart, and just mold it just by creating a simple little sausage, roll it out, cut it in half, and then you can make fingernails. Just spray paint them and they can come in different colors. You just stab the nail in and there you go. So we're making a fingernail necklace too.
Yeah, this character is pretty creepy.
Yeah, we got actual inspiration in New Orleans, to be honest. I really like the culture there, and we actually got the inspiration in a voodoo man. So, but you know, like witches and witchcraft, it's basically most related with the devil, and so we just imagine like the last transformation of the person. So he will have human parts, but as well the demon parts.
Kim, I apologize. I think you may have said it in the beginning of the session. What type of latex is our model wearing today for the mask?
So we're
the rubber mask?
So the prosthetic,
Yes.
what is made of?
Yes.
Is made of foam latex.
Thank you.
The foam latex is actually a small liquid, and you need to be careful for using that because as soon as you put it in the mold, it will expand. So you need to put pressure.
She does not hold back.
How hot is that prosthetic? How hot will that be walking around
Let's ask
on
Alex.
set?
We can ask Alex. But to be honest, it depends on how much prosthetics you have on you, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you have just your face and your ears, you will be fine.
I would imagine it would be hot though under there.
Yeah, don't stand.
Just
in the
imagine the actor that did Shape of Water. Poor little guy. He was covered head to toes in a suit and in prosthetics. And they were silicone, so it's hard to breathe. So that poor guy.
I have one silicone. That is not comfortable.
Oh, I love your skull. That's coming along so good. So what are you doing over there? You just hot glued a wig to that?
Yes. So I hot glued, and then of course I applied on contact cement, and I'm just putting or using super glue just to add on the extra little pieces that are showing a bit. Then we're gonna tease and make the actual hair ugly because it's too pretty right now, and it's supposed to be a dead old crusty, and it's too pretty. So we're actually gonna cut it and start to shed and spread the hair.
Perfect. So you're going to make that look more distressed.
Correct. There is no correct way of cutting it, honestly. Like, the more ugly, the better.
It makes me cry to see you cut all that hair like that.
Yeah. Just like, go Hannah. Have a ball. I think like the best part is it doesn't have to be neat or clean. You can just have as much fun as you want without having to worry about it being perfect, because the more ugly it is, the better.
Nobody's going to complain.
Yeah. No one's gonna be like, oh no, you cut that one piece off wrong. If they do, then, you know. Shouldn't be around those people. All right.
All right, I'm having a hard time getting the string through this one.
Oh, then you should use the
Yes.
handy dandy bead rammer.
A bead rammer.
Ra-
Oh, I want one
rimmer,
of these so
rim-
bad now.
Reamer? I think reamer.
Reamer, I'm getting one.
It's your best friend. The magic of bead reamers.
All right, what are you doing now, Caesar?
So now I'm just applying the ears. Same thing as the face. We wait till the glue is set up. And we just do a glue sandwich. So now we got the ear right there. The cool thing about these ears is like they come like little pockets, so you can literally shove your ear on it and it will give more support.
What did you say?
That they come in little pouches, like little pockets, so you can literally shove your.
Oh. I do actually also know a trick that you can use with those ears. If it's not standing out enough, you can take a sponge and glue it behind the ear, and that will make it stick out. You can see it more. Nobody has any questions?
Don't be afraid.
Did I say Happy Halloween yet?
Oh,
No.
Oh, that's looking good.
you have to.
We have a question here,
Oh,
Kim. Here,
great.
Hold on.
Hi. What degree program are you in?
I'm in the film program. I've always been interested in costume design, costume creation, and I get to do all of that in the film program, like just unapologetically, which is great. It's like,
And you as well, Caesar?
Oh, me? Oh, yes. I graduated in the film program last year, actually.
Oh,
In
okay.
August last year. Yes.
I can't believe it's been that long already. Everybody get one of these.
yeah, it's a must actually. For a lot of costume design, costuming, cosplay, it makes everything easier. Bead making.
Sometimes I wonder how I can get so old and not know about things like that.
It's
Every year doing this, I learned something new to go out and get in this makeup workshop.
What are you going as this year, Dave Franco?
I don't know. It's whatever you tell me. Whatever you tell me. Caesar, how hard is it to get those seams on the side of the ears to lay where the ear actually meets
So,
the bald cap to get that seam? Because boy, I'm looking up close, and if you guys get a chance, or even when you zoom in on that, that is a amazing flat, as bald can get, like a human head that you have going on there. So I applaud those seams. Holy cow!
thank you so much. Right now, I mean, because the prosthetic is already painted, and you can see the difference between where the prosthetic meets and where is the skin. But once the whole face is painted and everything, you can come and have a close-up of the prosthetic. And
Also, the quality of the prosthetic is good. So the better stuff you use, the easier it is, and the better it will look.
So make sure the bald caps you're buying are of higher quality.
yeah.
Don't already have the wrinkles in the top of them. Is that what you're saying?
gotta be bougie.
Well, I think you could go cheap with a bald cap with something like this, but the prosthetics you would spend the more money on for this project in
Gotcha.
particular.
But it's funny that you said that every time that you see this, you will learn something new. Like, our goal for this year was to make something better than last year, because last year our goal was whatever you find at home, let's do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now we said, let's put a little bit more budget and let's make something that you can find easily and you can afford, and you can come up with something amazing. So this can be for cosplays, for Comic-Cons, for events, for even movies, whatever you want,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I got these fingers in a tangle over here.
I was thinking of a joke, but
I know. Anybody would give us a hand?
Yeah,
We
that's
will
exactly
not
what I
steal
was-
your fingers, I promise. Okay, I'm done with
this is
that. I'm
magic. Wait,
outta here.
okay. wait, I got it.
I just messed that up. What can I do over here?
So now we just are waiting till
Do
the
you want glue
glue.
on it?
Yeah, if you can help me out with that one.
We have a question for you guys up front.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Hi. I just wondered, because this is the foam prosthetic, right? What would happen if someone had an allergic reaction on the skin?
And the foam?
Yeah.
Well, once we have it glued to their face, we might not know what actually it is that he's allergic to. It could be the glue, it could be the foam, so we would just take everything off. And then, have to regroup.
But in that case, we need communication with the actor or with the model, and that's why we we need to.
Like if they ask you, is it supposed to burn? Then it probably it's not working for them.
So it's just basically communication with your talent. And first, before applying something, you need to be and ask him politely, like, "Hi, do you have any allergies?"
Latex allergies.
Latex,
yep.
so- because the products that we have are pretty safe.
And we do
and-
have latex-free alternatives, so we could do other things. We would just have to regroup.
Communication's key.
Communication's key. Also, if you ever wanted to do a patch test on yourself to see if you were allergic to something, you can just put it here, like on the inside of your elbow, and like within an hour, you will know if you're allergic to it or not. But most people kind of know at this age whether they're allergic to latex or not by now.
Latex is in everything now.
Caesar, tell us what you're doing now with
So,
that powder.
so now the second step after applying all the glue and whenever it's dry, we need to set it up with powder.
Yeah, until the powder goes on, the glue will like stay sticky.
So we want as well to take that shining away from the glue. And this will help to stop the shining and also the stickiness of the prosthetic.
So tell us your favorite brands of powder you like to use.
I'm going to be honest with you. My favorite powder is baby powder. It's cheap and does the job.
So if we're doing something like this, you could use probably any kind of setting powder.
Can you close-
Some people use baby powder. But if you were doing like a beauty makeup, that would be,
That's
you would want to use a different powder. I like
course, for-
Vanessa Merrick's.
Yeah, for beauty, it's another process.
Do they make a clear powder too?
Yes, it's called translucent
No.
powder.
It always is going to have some kind of color to it.
Yeah.
Always gonna, okay.
You know,
Invisible powder, that is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's.
Let's do it. So you guys are basically, just to recap too, you're powdering to cut down on the sheen for film and television, and you're also using it to keep the makeup from what? Can powder help?
So what the powder is doing is setting that glue. So
Yeah.
all that glue that he used all the way around the edges would stay sticky until we powder it. Otherwise, it'll just stay sticky, and who knows what can happen.
Yeah. Does it also help for us more prosumer or amateur Halloween makeup artists too, by powdering your final makeup application on your face? I'm going as Gene Simmons, let's say, and
Yeah.
I want to powder that whole.
wanna
Would I
see that.
powder my whole face to
Yeah.
make sure that that doesn't slide off?
Sure, it was a great idea. Also, we have setting sprays, so you could do the powder and the setting spray. A great lipstick trick is to do lipstick, put powder over it, and then do another layer of lipstick. That will stay forever. So powdering in between applications will make something stay a lot longer. And takes away a little bit of that sheen.
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing over here now, Azan?
No.
Are you making the eyeball?
Yeah, I'm making that.
Okay, we're gonna make the eyeball now. I've been waiting for this.
So you.
What
take-
is that?
This is the Instamorph moldable plastic.
This is this.
Yeah, the little bead balls.
The little bead
now,
balls.
If you don't have a heat gun, because most people I don't, home don't.
So
you
she's
can
using a
definitely-
heat gun.
Yeah, I'm using heat gun because it's easy, it's quick, and it's less messy.
But you can also use hot water.
Yeah, but heat guns are great because it's like quick heat. It doesn't get as smooth as like sometimes when you put it in hot water, it like becomes like liquid. But I'm not looking for that liquid source or do that. But always wear like a glove or something to protect your hand from the heat because you
This be
will
hot. Yep.
you will burn yourself. But you know.
And then do you add any paint or anything to that?
Yes, I'm gonna add a little bit of. I have white, like matte acrylic paint, basic like 50-cent Walmart paint, and then you simply cover it
All right.
just
now-
to add some color. And
Got
then
it.
Let's test her out. Make her a little bit smaller.
All right, so that's gonna go in this guy's eyes. Okay.
Yeah, this guy's eyes is blocked out.
Oh, right.
He can't.
Forgot.
He can't see anything.
All right, so we got about 20 minutes left.
Okay, cool.
20 minutes, Caesar. How
20 minutes. Cool.
Magic.
Can a hair dryer substitute for that heat gun or hot water, like you said? Or is that
I-
not a good idea?
Hair dryer is it would work, but it would take such a long time. Like you would be like your hair dryer would like run out or break
It
before.
seems like it would be frustrating.
Yeah.
You probably heat it up enough just to like make a mess.
Yeah, like now let's take the handy dandy super glue. My go-to for everything.
Kim, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you put the nails in the...
Yes. Okay. So
Caesar, what would be the easiest way to get the prosthetic off at the end of the night?
So, to take and remove the prosthetic, we need to have an actual liquid, the remover for Pros-8. Because without that remover, that glue is going to stay as well for a long time. So you need to buy the glue and the remover for the glue. So you need to
And-
be careful.
And the remover you can find.
Same store,
Same
same
stores.
place.
Okay.
Usually, whenever if they're selling you Pros-8, they should give you and offer you like the remover, because it's pretty
yes.
scary whenever
it
you
should come
had it
together.
on. Yeah, and then you're like, how am I gonna take it off?
Yeah.
And she doesn't come off.
It really doesn't come off. It will stay on your face for a long time.
It's like
A week,
super glue.
more than a week. Yeah.
So again, this glue was made by doctors for actual people that need prosthetics.
Yes. So at Saturday Night Live, they will get into their ball caps at 11 o'clock in the morning and leave them on until the show is over. So that's a long time for them ball caps to stay on.
Do not rip it off.
All right, so Caesar, you also bought these nails, right?
Yes.
These are super creepy. Can you guys see these? They're like disgusting little talons. And so I'm just using, right now, double stick tape. I don't think that would be the best way to do it. What would be the best way to do it?
Yeah, for an actual film or movie, we have a
Just
glue
regular glue?
for nails. We will glue them. But for this case, we're just gonna put side tape.
So these are the little details that's going to make this thing look even creepier. Doing the nails, the teeth. It's gross. Does anybody have any questions, like what they want to do this year? Any questions of like,
Yeah.
We can solve them here.
So what's the best adhesive to use if I want to use those cheesy little things that just pop right over my teeth? I know I'm not going to be able to eat chicken wings, but I want them to stay on for like 6 hours, 8 hours.
I have the answer for this.
you have the answer? Oh my God, go.
Denture glue. Like old denture glue that like they used to keep their
Like
teeth
fixing
in.
it?
Yeah, like yes, that's perfect. I use it all the time. It tastes terrible, but it's perfect. It won't move or budge. You won't accidentally swallow anything.
So like the extra strength fix-it I can get at Walgreens?
Now,
Yeah,
Zan,
fix
is
it.
that for, would you still use the friendly plastic and mold it first and then use the fix-it, or just use the fix-it
Normally when I
without
use the
doing
like
the friendly plastic?
yeah, like if I use like Instamorph, it's normally like it works around my teeth, so I wouldn't have to use like any. But for like the cheap little teeth you can buy anywhere, I normally would just use the Fixident
Gotcha.
just because it's. I mean, it depends on how long you want the fang, but the Instamorph adds extra space on the teeth, and for me it's just more uncomfortable. But
Thank you.
Fixident works.
Gotcha. See, you know what? Just silly little things like that.
You know, as you look closer to Alex's eyes, too, this is always a hot topic that seems to change year after year. What's the best and how to use it, too. So we have contacts in his eyes. Is that correct?
Yes.
So those contacts and the different areas and what you have, you kind of hear some horror stories, and the prices are all over the place, and
They
people
are, it's
sometimes
true.
have reaction to those.
Yeah.
What do you like to use for those for the different effects, Kim?
Well, I would spend the money. I would put the money towards contacts, and find another place to skimp because that is so important.
It's going into your eye.
Yeah, it's
You know
going
what I
into
mean?
your eye. You don't share them with anybody, or only
my
for one
gosh.
person. So just make sure only one person wears them. But they're kind of complicated. But I would spend money on the contacts. I wouldn't buy the cheap ones.
If you say spend money, or is there a particular company or place online that you would prefer to use? And what do they normally, what's the average maybe cost? I know they're all over the place.
So the average for contacts, it can be $30.
That's how
Up
much
to
did you pay for
60
these,
bucks.
Caesar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
much were these?
for these ones, and it comes in different types of materials too. They come in soft and hard. The ones that he has are soft contacts.
And then they also have the kinds that cover your whole eye, that will make your whole
Oh,
eye
those are
black, or your
creepy.
whole eye. They're so creepy.
Yeah.
But those are kind of tricky to wear, I would imagine, for any length of time.
Yeah,
They're pretty creepy. Yeah.
I've seen people put scleras on there. Like, it's the most uncomfortable thing.
Now, you said that word earlier. I never.
Oh, scleras. Those contacts that
Scleras.
completely covers your eyes. It's a lot of cosplayers will use it for like different like shows that recently came out that have like fully covered eyes.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful, like unless you are one of those people that are just like you put in contacts every day and you know exactly how your eye works. I never recommend anyone that's a beginner to put scleras in because you will accidentally cut your retina or like hurt yourself, and that is very dangerous for the long run. Like you're like, oh, it's fine now, but 2 years down the road you may have some issues. So always be careful. Safety first.
Yeah, good advice with the
And also, like, I would maybe avoid buying bulk contacts from China.
Oh,
Okay.
didn't know they did that.
You can buy a lot of cheap things from China.
That is true.
Gotcha.
Do you guys have any tips for someone who would be putting prosthetics on themselves?
Patience.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you have zero experience with prosthetics or everything, I would recommend you to have a guide, no matter where you can find it. YouTube, it's the easiest way. This is where now most of kids are learning. But in YouTube, there is a lot of people that have channels, and they will help you out for the process.
That's true. You can see a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's not always a good idea to do that, but
Oh, the fingernail necklace is done. Yeah. So all you're gonna do is just tie it on him, because if I tie it and then put it over, no.
I'm gonna put it on him now.
Oh yeah, you can put it on him now, if so long as Caesar's okay with it
All
being.
right, we're
placed.
starting to build our monster here. Damn it.
It's alive. Ow, it's alive.
So right now, after applying all the prosthetics and making sure all the edges are gone, now this is the fun part, and it's shading everything and giving a little bit of color.
And you're just using cream makeup for that?
Yeah, I mean, basically, for a longer shoot, I will use the alcohol palettes. But for now, it's for a couple minutes and a couple or hours. It will be
this will
fine.
stand for a while.
But also the prosthetic was pre-painted already with alcohol, so it will be fine.
So this is just more for blending?
Yeah, this is
Little
more
extra
for
detail.
extra details, extra deepness.
And also, for sure, like when you're doing stuff like this, you want to have a cape or some kind of apron that you can put on the person. That Prosthetic glue does not come out of clothes, like ever. So if you get some on your clothes,
That's it.
yeah.
You're done for.
Well, depends on how much you love that outfit.
Don't be walking around in Versace and then put on some Prosade. It's gone.
You know, I tell people not to come to class in Versace.
Yeah. Don't come in Versace. All right.
So yeah, so we bought these fingernails, but you could make fingernails
With the
as
friendly.
creepy as that if you went out and bought some of those nails, these plain white ones here. Yeah, thanks. Just buy these plain white ones. You can cut them into like daggers and color them and do all kinds of stuff with these nails and then glue them on. But it really makes kind of a nice little effect, I think, don't you? Aren't those creepy?
Yeah.
Are you scared yet?
So let's see. I was thinking about doing some makeup on the hands. Is that okay, Caesar?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim, we kind of notice that sometimes, especially, you can sometimes see that when when the hands aren't done, it really doesn't complete the character.
It does. You have to think of everything.
Yeah.
You really do.
There are any piece of skin showing, like an ankle or something like that, if it doesn't match.
It just takes
That
you right
character.
out of the character.
That one.
Yeah.
And I love Halloween because there's nothing more fun to me than being around a bunch of people that I know, but I have no idea who it is. But I know them. That's fun to me. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
And we're doing some fun stuff for Halloween this year, right?
Yeah.
We have Into the Strange this year and the Upside Down.
Oh yeah, I got to help check out the live stream. I helped create the Upside Down for Gary's.
What did you do for that, Azan?
I was the art PA, so I like directed people into while Shane was busy, directed people to take the vines from the Upside Down, place them on the walls where we would place a goop and things like that, where to avoid placing items, and just kind of transforming a set within a matter of minutes while they're walking around the stage. It was really interesting. I really
Awesome.
enjoyed it. Okay, thanks.
What are you guys going to be for Halloween this year?
A demon. A big red demon. I'm very excited. I'm making wings for that. Not chicken wings.
Oh, awesome. What do you,
All right.
Caesar?
Oh, I'm gonna actually be more, and we got inspired by Coco, the movie,
Aw.
and I'm doing more something
Day of the
for
Dead.
the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, and we're going with my wife. I'm actually going, both of us, as the Dia de los Muertos. So she's gonna be a Katrina, and I will be. We have a suit, and we have full-on face.
Awesome.
Face mask and everything. We're gonna paint everything. So it's exciting. But we got inspired by Coco. I love the movie.
So
If you haven't watched it, I would recommend it.
It's a gorgeous movie. It just makes me so happy.
Kim, what about you?
Kim.
Well, my daughter is going as a dark fairy, so I will
Dark Fairy. How's that?
put on a mask and walk around with her.
You can go as the light fairy.
Life here.
Light fairy, but that's a good idea, Dave. Let's not tell her that, though, okay?
'Tis the season.
All right, I know we're getting close to the top of the hour, too.
Yes.
I always have to bring
Oh,
up
sugar.
this subject while you guys are doing this, too, because it's obviously one of the most popular subject, and if we could just talk about fake blood for a second,
Yes,
that,
please.
that would be great.
Got 5 minutes.
How to, what's your
Putting
favorite
blood on the
tips and
fingers?
tricks? It's always just a hot topic for us all.
On the no, on the.
So it depends in what is the blood going. So if Talon is gonna put it in their mouth, we're gonna use stuff that he can eat. So basically, we will use syrup, and we just put red color on it, so he will be able to put it in his mouth. Because mostly fake blood is made out of other
Corn syrup.
corn syrup. It's basically that's the base of the blood.
Yeah, there's a ton of different recipes. In art department would use different recipes than makeup department. And just depending on what color you want it to be, depending on where the color's going to go, how old is the blood, how fresh is the blood, yada, yada, yada. Blood, blood, blood.
You know, we see sometimes too that when blood appears on certain clothing, lighter clothing, or even what like you're doing, Kim, too, on some of those white pieces on there, or what Hassan's doing on even things that aren't material, that are hard surfaces,
Yeah.
almost look too pinkish. They
Yes.
come out pink
No, it shouldn't. I don't like that either.
instead of the dark red blood.
So one thing you can do is add a little tiny bit of green dish detergent if you have that.
What?
I know. Well, it makes it darker, and then also it makes it easier to clean up after.
Wow. Now that is a tip. But just don't put that kind in your mouth.
No.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I would. Well, it depends on how your language is. Maybe it does need to be cleaned out. I don't know.
Well, that is a great tip that I haven't heard before. I've always heard, put a little bit of the green food coloring in, a little bit, especially if it's going
Yes.
on a white T-shirt.
Yes, I don't like pink blood.
Yeah.
I hate pink blood.
But I like that with that. So tell us what you're doing now, Caesar, with that.
So now
hair.
we just kind of put in the last details and the last pieces together.
So this wig is so awesome because it covers up the top, so you don't have to worry about blending that in so much. It'll just disappear underneath this wig. A lot of the, oh my gosh, this is great.
Magic.
Yeah. Easy breezy, guys. Cover girl.
Yeah?
Very
We got
much.
another question up front for you guys.
Yes.
Real,
You want me to put this
real
on?
quick.
Oh,
Here we
yes,
go.
please. That would be great.
I was just wondering, people from other degree programs, how can they get involved in volunteering or just
Oh, it's so
participating
easy.
with
Just email me, and anybody from any department is welcome to come hang out in the makeup department and help, or do studies with us, do projects, workshops,
Just
do
show up.
jobs around campus. It would be great. We're equal opportunity. We take everyone.
Just like a peer. Just be like, hi. And they'll go,
You can
"Oh."
stand up.
That's great. If your
I
nails
feel
fall
like
off,
I'm
don't worry.
stabbing a mouse. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
How's that hair staying on? So
Right now, just magic.
Okay.
Just magic. But what we could do is use some of this double stick tape and tape it on, because it does have a ball cap underneath, so it's hard to pin into. You could pin into the wig cap, into the bald cap, but I would be afraid that it would rip. So I would try tape first, double stick tape. Any place that sells toupees would have this too. And if you get that kind of stuff, boy, that'll stick to your head for a while.
So yeah,
Let's see the.
very much. This is
How are you coming with the belt? We have a couple of last-minute things. What about
That's
this
going
moss?
great. I'm just tying her head on,
cool.
and then I'm going to stab it through.
Oh, we have also. Oh, Hassan actually made this.
We have just some last-minute things that we have for you. How you feel, Alex?
I have
Good? How can you talk all right? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna throw some stuff here.
Can he drink while he's
Well,
out?
you know what? I was just
Can he
going to
have
ask him if he was
water
thirsty.
and stuff or other things?
Yeah, he can.
think so.
He can drink water. He
No
can.
problem?
No problem. There's.
We could give him a straw.
Okay, you can give him a straw.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Although it's not good to drink beer through a straw. It can
Right.
get you drunk fast.
Well, I wasn't saying beer, Kim. I was saying water.
But it's Halloween.
Or punch.
Spiked punch. It's
Oh my
Halloween.
gosh. That looks good. Yeah, up close.
Yeah, those nails
This is
are
good.
really great, but you can buy cheaper ones, make your own. Those are fabulous.
Yeah. Alex, what are you doing tonight? You gonna go anywhere?
Home.
Just home?
Yeah.
Man, I think you guys should
can't
go
even
do
go to
something else.
Walmart or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, you
man?
need to go somewhere fun.
We can go to.
Go to the
Walmart.
library.
We can
Go
go
to
to the
Walmart.
library.
How about out to
Scare some
dinner?
people.
I was thinking more like out to dinner,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That'd be fun.
I like the idea.
All right, well, we're finishing up on the top of the hour right now, and I love all the props mixed with the whole entire package here.
Oh, she
Over
actually.
here it is.
We've
Come on,
got
we got it.
Hassan's
We got
putting
it.
that final touch
We got it.
on there. There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
no.
Sorry. Just swear.
Yeah.
Go do it. Well, I wanted to thank our friends from the library, Dr. Mata and Tim Gregory and everyone from the library who sponsored this event, along with our Full Sail on-air crew. Thank you, guys and girls and everyone from Full Sail on-air crew. We appreciate everything you do here at the university. Looking at the entire package and loving what I'm seeing, it did come out very well. And what's, it's great makeup when it reads well, not only from the audience, but up close, up front here. So you can see that this can obviously be used for film or television.
Awesome.
Hassan, Caesar, Alex, Kim, great job.
Thanks, everybody.
Let's give a
Thank you
round
so
of
much.
applause.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys, for coming.
Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Any last words, recommendations this Halloween?
Stay safe in Halloween, guys.
Don't drink too much.
Yep.
Eat a lot of candy.
Eat a lot of candy. From Full Sail University, thanks for joining us
Thank you,
today.
guys.
Full Sail on air. We love you. Have a happy Halloween.